Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Got a couple of fun videos today. Number one, this guy who gets thousands of matches on a dating app. He said women are pigs. Women only care about your money or your status. They only care about hookups, and they're not really into dating. Now, he says he's gone on 0 dates. I guess I could kind of believe him, especially if you're wanting just to find a girlfriend. It just goes to show you that even for the top guys out there, the only thing that's available on dating apps anymore is smashing. Women aren't interested into dating. Women aren't interested in being, a good person, maybe looking for a long-term relationship. They literally just want a guy that's going to pay for their meals and smash. The other thing I want to talk about is what happens when these women get a little bit older. They get to be 40 or so, and the only thing they're good for is smashing. So what do? When they finally hit the wall, do they decide, you know what, I'm going to settle down. I'll change my... No, they just go out and smash younger men. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm the most liked man on Hinge, but I don't go on many dates for a sad reason, says the headline. He's got 99 matches, but a date ain't one, proving that dating apps aren't a surefire recipe for romance. The self-proclaimed most liked man on Hinge claims he's failed to land a date because all his matches are allegedly just after money. I mean, if you're going out there claiming you're the, most liked man on Hinge, maybe you have a narcissism problem. I don't know, maybe that's just me. He says, I wish someone would just pop up that wants to date me for the right reasons, says the UK's Alex Puxley, 32. He told that to Southwest News Service while describing a digital gold-digging trend. Since joining Hinge on January 25th, barely 1 month ago, the virtual Romeo claims he's racked up an enviable 3,000 likes and 1,500 matches on his page, where he often posts pics with his wingman, a pet cockapoo named Raffy. Now, me personally, I do not look at this guy and see him as anything exceptional. But if he's over 6 feet tall, apparently, he's in good shape. He does go on to say he's a tech consultant. Okay, that explains that. The heavily tattooed tech consultant often receives up to 40 prompts from interested women every day, he said. If this is your main cover and women see, okay, he's got a really strong jaw, he's got the tattoo, so he's bad boy, he's got a nose piercing, so he's gay, liberal, he's got the stubble thing, but, he's got that geeky hot thing going on. Oh, and he's got a cute puppy. Yeah, he's probably going to get some attention. And if he's accurate about this, and I'm just taking him at his face value, because I don't think he'd have a reason to really lie about this, I guess. But if you get 3,000 likes and 1,500 matches in the first month you're on the app, you're doing okay. Despite his online Casanova status, he's struggled to find love in real life, claiming he hasn't even been on one date. The perennial singleton suggests there's an epidemic of shallowness on dating apps, where people aren't there for anything serious, but solely invested in how much money you earn, what kind of car you drive, etc. He said, I feel they approach for a one-night stand, or they just the wrong reasons in general, to be taken out for meals, etc., all paid via myself, said the guy. He said, I've had a few matches ask how much money I earn each year, which is a strange way to start a conversation. He claims that he even gets most of his matches due to Raffy, who he dubs his real star of the show, which is his dog. He said, plus some of these matches have been really strange. He recalled an instance where a woman told him, I always wanted a hunk like you as a stepdad. And another revealed she asked him what he'd do if she farted on a first date. And now if this is his profile, I think women can look at him and see, hey, he's got a good strong jaw. He works out. He's got the tattoos. He's got the bad boy thing going on. And then they look up above and see, he's got the mirror selfie in a public bathroom, which is cringe as hell. But they can look at this and say, oh, nose ring, that means he's mentally ill like I am. Glasses, so he's a bit nerdy, but he's fashionable. Tattoos, so he's a bad boy, and he's an animal lover. Yeah, I could see why women would jump in on that. You can see, even the Chads are struggling a little bit, right? He says, let's not flower and roses. He hasn't gone out on any of the dates, he says, but let's face it, if he did, he's smashing. He's probably buying a cup of coffee and smashing. But even he's saying, look, these women, they care about money, they care about looks, they care about your status only. They don't really care about who you are as a person or even getting to know you. They're just like, buy me food, let's smash. If this guy's unhappy with the dating apps, it goes to tell you how much less happy average guys are. And when these women get older, are they learning their lessons? You know, they get closer to the wall. They get closer to the wall. No man wants them for a girlfriend. So you think, well, they'll change their ways. They'll come around and just want a date. Nope, wrong. Once they hit the wall, they just turn into a cougar sleeping with younger men. This from the New York Post as well. I'm a cougar swapping toy boys with my friends. Men my age have too much baggage and are bad in bed. Or maybe they're just not putting any effort into it. Now, I know a lot of young bucks. That would enjoy time with a woman like this. They say this cougar is sharpening her claws. Isn't it funny how women that go after younger men are cougars and there's no problems with it? But these same people, every time a older guy, even a little bit older, like a guy in his 40s, goes for something in the 20s, well, that is unacceptable, and he's a weirdo because he won't date in his own age range. But when women do it, well, it's fine, it's strong, and it's empowering. Always notice how the media twists this stuff. After 7 years spent dating dud dudes her own age, Allie Hooper, 38, is setting sights on fellows who are a little younger. Okay, so if I went out there and said, after dating women my age, but they got too much baggage and they're too damaged from high body counts, I'm stepping on my sight on women who are a little bit younger. Is that fine, or do feminists and women push back against it? Always what's good for me, shame on thee, but it's good for me. She says, guys my age don't want to have anything fun. The part-time nurse and part-time dancer around a pole said, well, of course, I mean, they're more than happy to sleep with you. But first, you're a nurse. And if you watched my video yesterday, I talked about how nurses are one of the highest professions for infidelity in women. And number two, she swings around a pole for money. So yeah, I can see why 38-year-old guys wouldn't want anything to do with you or wouldn't be fun for you. She said, all they want is some kind of stepmom for their kids. Are you exclusively going for like divorced dads? And they always bring along baggage from being with their ex-wives. Why don't you find a single 38-year-old guy? There are literally hundreds of millions of them. She says more often than not, though, they're judgmental. Are they judging her for dancing on a pole or for putting these provocative photos out? More than likely. She says it makes men her age boring. Although she admitted, I don't think they are really too keen on me either. Yeah, you think? After swinging around a pole? She said, enter men who are almost 2 decades her junior. Well, if she's 38, that means they're 20. She said, I don't mean to date younger. Press X for doubt. But they approach me and I end up sleeping with them. Maybe it's the energy I give off. Yes, you give off stripper energy. That's what kind of energy you give off. It's very clear, especially when this is your photo. If this is what your photo looks like, you're putting the same energy when you go out. You got the big old casabas, the big old fake chesticles. Of course you're putting out those vibes. And so she's not dating the guys that are 21. She's sleeping with them. So she's now at 38 years old. The guys that are around her age say, you know something, I've been suckered by too many good-looking women. She got too much damage. And those guys are probably at the age where they want to settle down and find a good woman. So what are they doing? They're dating the 20-somethings, maybe the upper-aged 20-somethings or young 30-somethings. What's she doing? Well, she doesn't like those men, and the men that want families don't want her. So she literally goes out and she says, well, they approach me and I end up sleeping with them with 21 years old. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. What a silly little accident. I went out to the club or the nightclub or the bar or whatever, and a 21-year-old Chad Chattington approached me, and oops, I slept with him. I ended up sleeping with him. I just don't know how it happens. She shared that a 21-year-old saved up all his money so he could take her out to dinner, yet she's shamed for seeing younger men. I don't think it's men that's shaming. I wouldn't shame her. Look, if she says, hey, I want to date a younger dude, I don't care. But you notice she said that a 21-year-old saved up all his money so he could take her out to date. It means he doesn't have any money. But she likes the fact that he will still jump through the hoops He'll still get very excited. He'll still do what he can to take her out because he knows at the end of the night he's going to bust a nut in it. And I don't know about you, but as a 21 or 22-year-old young man, if this gal's rocking up and, she looks like aforementioned photo here on the right-hand side, she looks like that, there's a whole lot of dudes at 21 that'd be like, hail to the yeah, I'll save up my Taco Bell money and take her out for if she's going to let me smash at the end of the night. She said it's common, though, for older men to be celebrated for dating younger. We don't ever talk about how there's so many women out here, too, that have already hit their sexual peak and the men their age aren't interested. It's not that the men aren't interested. There's a lot of guys that would sleep with you. But the problem is she doesn't want to sleep with those men because those men aren't Chads. How do I know this? Because Chads are smashing 22-year-olds. The Chads can date and smash 22-year-olds. They're not smashing 38-year-olds. So she's getting guys that are looking at her like, well, she's a leftover, but I guess I'd have some fun with it. And she is like, LOL, ew, no. She wants nothing to do with it. So she goes out and finds herself a dumb buck that is down to jump through the hoops, and that just triggers her narcissistic behaviors and her desire for, easy guys to sleep with, and off she goes. She said, it's something I see. So, okay. I mean, yeah, if this is the kind of photos she has on her social media, yeah, I can see why young bucks are going for her. Fortunately, Hooper has found fellow Cougars who share her preferences for fellas in their roaring 20s. My friends and I are all open and honest about our experiences, our bedroom experiences, so we pass on the boys once we're finished and give feedback. These guys love it. However, the situation isn't helping her to settle down. Okay, let's put a pause here. A 22-year-old guy, this woman walks up to you in the gym or the club or whatever, and she says, hi there. Me and my other friends that look like me would like to pass you around in the bedroom for a couple weeks. What do you think? Guys will be straight up, yep, I am DTF, let's go. Of course, that young guy's not going to be minding it because he looks at her and says, well, she's shapely, she's still pretty, I get exactly what I want. I don't have to worry about knocking her up because she's 38, as are all her friends. So why would I cry about that? But yes, pass me around as much as you'd like. And not only are they not going to cry about it, they're going to high five their friends, and their friends are going to be jealous. I'm not going to shame these women for doing it, but there's the truth, and it's coming right out of her own mouth. The situation isn't helping her to settle down because she'll go through this phase, and then nobody will want her. No one will want her. Obviously, though, anything serious with all of them is off the cards. Younger men are usually broke, so it can be a bit harder to explore anything further. Well, if you're a strong, successful, powerful woman, why don't you pay for everything? Why does the man have to pay? Because women, inevitably, no matter what they say, they want the man to be the provider. She said, but they really do try so hard, and the sex is incredible. That's why they're trying hard. Because they want to get in your pants and you let them. They're just willing to give anything a go, which I really admire. When Hooper does decide to search for a partner, she's going to be ruthless. I don't want to settle down with someone just for the sake of it if they've got to be right for me and agree with everything I'm doing, which is her spinning around a pole for money. She said, for now, I'm having fun with lots of young guys, and that's fine. You know something? I have no hate on her. I really don't. I'm fine with her doing this. I'm glad she's having a good time. I wish her all the luck in the world. But that honey wagon is going to come to a stop someday. She's not there yet. So when you think she'd finally be giving up on chasing Chads and she would settle down and make herself available to become, I don't know, a girlfriend, a fiance, a wife, she can't find anybody around her age she finds acceptable. Now, guys her age will probably still smash, but the men she really wants, the Chads, they're smashing 20-year-olds, so she goes and smashes 20-year-olds, and those guys are like, well, I'm broke. I don't have anything to offer, but yeah, I'll sleep with her because I get my rocks off. Why not? They still haven't learned. Now, what happens when she hits another 10 or 15 years older? That's when the waterworks start. That's when the crying starts. That's when the unhappiness and blaming all men for her misery. even though she really just waited right up until the last minute when all the eggs are rotten. They do it every single time. So if the women are going out and smashing all the young guys, and what about the young guys? Well, those young guys would probably like to hook up with a girl around their own age. Maybe they are sleeping with them. I don't know. But they can't date them because the young girls, the same age as the young guys, those girls are dating guys in their 30s, like this guy who's got money and he's got muscles and he's successful and he's good looking. The dating economy is just all screwed up. And now you've got women like this. What happens when women can't find the men they want? Boyfriend applications are taking off as Gen Z dumps dating apps for social media appeals. Who's taking the dating app applications? Women or men? Well, of course, it's women. And that's where the boyfriend application comes in, because there's no girlfriend applications, because women don't do that. But they are taking boyfriend applications. Boyfriend wanted apply within. Gen Z romantic hopefuls are dumping the dating apps and moving to the search for a partner to a very public forum, their social media accounts. One says, so I just want to let everybody know that in 2025, I'll be accepting boyfriend applications. Yes, very exciting. Anise Armstrong said, proclaimed in a now viral video, boldly clarifying that no uglies, no uneducated need apply. You don't look like you can be making a whole lot of rules there, lady. The soundbite quickly went viral and now has been used by hundreds of other single TikTokers, women, announcing their eagerness and requirements for a partner. So the latest trend for women is to not get on dating apps, but instead just make guys apply to date them. Do you realize how retarded that is? Do you realize how stupid this is? Do you understand why men are just out of the dating market? They are so done with this. To meet some entitled, angry, feminist, whatever, and have her say, oh, no, you need to submit an application to date me. Now, what if the guy is a Chad Chattington? Does he have to submit an application? No. He's fine to pay her dinner anytime. He's fine to probably smash. He doesn't need to submit an application, but you do. So why would they take the applications then? Why would they bother? Because it gives them validation. Because the young men are not getting on the dating apps as much now, they're not swiping on these women. The women aren't getting the attention because the guys aren't showing up anymore. Or if they are, they're incredible losers in the woman's eyes. And she says, no. So now instead, they want you to submit an application to take out a mid-woman. She added more things that she doesn't allow to date her. No broke people, no people with children, no Trump supporters, no nonchalant or emotionally unavailable men, and no short kings. See, it's not about finding someone. These women think they have a grocery list, and they can put that grocery list out there, and only men that fit that grocery list will apply. Well, I got news for you. The men that fit your grocery list don't need to fucking apply. They got millions of dates. They got all the attention. They're not going to apply. Now, you can add all the rules you want of, well, here's who needs to apply, and the rest of you brokey, loser, short kings, don't bother, and you're going to get nothing. Then what are you going to do for your social media fix? Well, she'll probably turn into this lady who will just go out and start smashing young dudes. It's just so stupid. All of this is. Lover boys only. Be obsessed with me or be gone. They literally want their own fan clubs. That's what they want. They want fan clubs. Women are just so broken. My God. The group consensus also added interesting men only. Well, thanks for narrowing it down. And noted that her man must support her financially. Okay, so now you want men to apply to be obsessed with you and to spend all their money on you. That's your expectations for dating.
Really?
The narcissism is over 9,000. This is insane. Meanwhile, others have shared more simplified requirements. Is it too early to ask for applications for a winter boyfriend? Winter wonderland, matching PJs. No man's doing that. Banking together or baking together. No man's doing that. I mean, some guys will do that. Yes, some guys will do that. But, I mean, we're going for big asks. You realize women at no point in any of this are saying, here's what I have to offer, other than this chick who says, I'll sleep with them. But other than that, these women are offering absolutely zero. And then they're like, bow and scrimp and apply to talk to me, servants. And then what's ironic is these sisters are going out here and trying to put out calls for women to come date their brothers. Someone wife up my twin brother. He's ordered CDs for all his long-distance best friends, choosing ones he thinks are best, that best represent them, and are tied to share memories. Okay, he's gay. He's gay. No guy orders CDs and ships them to his friends to represent them. He's gay. You're not going to find anybody. Another woman up here says, taking girlfriend applications for my brother. She says, I'm bored of being the only girl at the Dixon family Christmas. It was because no women want him. He's not Chad Chattington. Just ridiculous. As the masses have officially declared that dating apps are dead, singles are becoming increasingly creative on the hunt for their honey. They're not becoming creative. They're not becoming creative because women are putting out boyfriend applications. What are guys doing? Well, this is what the guys are doing. They're burnt out. 8 in 10 Americans burnt out with dating apps, according to new research. Guys are just burnt out. They're just done with it. I cannot tell you how just a woman saying, fill out an application to look. I don't care if she's 1988 Kathy Ireland, smoke show, rich, and really wants me to go out on a date with her. She already wants me to go out on a date with her. And she says, just fill out this application and then we'll go on a date. Young me would have done it. I'll be honest with you. Young me would have done it. Young me would have done it for some Kathy Ireland. But now, when you've got aggressive mids coming out here saying, well, you got to fill out the application. It doesn't mean I'm going to choose you, but you have to fill out the application. And if I choose you, you have to be interesting. You have to pay for all my dates and you have to be obsessed with me. I'd tell her to stick that application where the sun don't shine, even at the age of 21 or 22. Not for Kathy Ireland. I would do it for Kathy Ireland. But I'm not doing it for some aggressive mid that's like in one of my classes. You know, even if it's a good woman in one of my classes, like what guy wants to put him through himself through the humiliation ritual? And here's the crazy part. Chads are not going to put themselves through the humiliation ritual. Chads are going to say, bitch, I got other people I can be banging. I'm not going to deal with you. So who are the guys that are going to put the time in to do the applications? The most loser of loser guys. It's not going to work for these women. But what it will do is it'll cater to their overinflated egos and make them think that even though they're a 5.5 on a good day, that somehow they're an 8 and a gift to men, and men should jump through hoops for them. This all just blows my mind. How any of you guys out there still put effort into the dating market the way it is now. I don't know. Me personally, I think guys just need to keep it in your pants and just don't humiliate yourself and just keep to yourself for like a year. If all the dudes stop simping, stop falling all over themselves, stop begging for the attention of these women for like a year, the meltdown would be catastrophic. Women would begin changing their tunes. They'd start coming back to reality. But because these weird dudes can't control themselves and they must fall over women that want nothing to do with them time after time after time, their egos stay falsely inflated. They think they're God's gift to men, and the problem will persist. Bring back shaming simps again. Let me tell you, we need to. We really need to. because the way this is going, it is a hot mess. Guys, if you like my work, don't forget to join me over on betterbachelor.locals.com. You too can support my work. Keep me independent. It is $5 a month. Put yourself behind a paywall. That way you have free speech. And you also have the ability to watch movies and UFC fight nights and old TV shows and all the events and cool stuff we do with thousands of like-minded men just like yourself. So come on over, check it out, hang out today. I think you will appreciate it, and you'll be glad you did. And I'll see you in the next one.